Turns out there is a little bit of inspiration that I can use. I was confused. I didn't know what kind of episode to make. And I know I have to make it different to be entertaining. But different and unique is very, very exhausting. I wonder if this is going to work. Copyrights. I'm gonna explain everything. I'm gonna try and explain as many aspects of the upcoming winter as possible. Right now the season is fall. The season of fall. And everything is starting to get colder and freeze eventually. With the idea of copyright. What is this idea behind the veil of the word copyright? What does this has to offer to the world? You know it's destructive when people's freedom is being taken away step by step by different countries or locations around the earth. And it's all through the name of the copyright, apparently. Or not all. I mean, authority has many tools up their sleeves, and they will be exposed and they will be destroyed eventually. But right now, because we do not have any ideologies, we do not even have socialism. You see, socialism doesn't exist, but we live socially. Very dependent on social interactions right now. Meaning that we are increasing the capabilities of socialism to exist. If we live socially, that means whatever socialism stands for is more likely to happen. And if we still have to live socially, that means that we still have to generate socialism. It's going to come eventually, but anyone who prematurely builds a flying car, they're employing people for no profit, and they will be like, oh, we need to do something. We need to rip these people off because we actually couldn't make a flying car. Holy shit, we couldn't make socialism happen, so we have to somehow refund ourselves. Ugh. I mean, everything is going to be harmful if it doesn't work. People will be like, oh shit, can you guys help us? We couldn't make it work. Or some people just gonna pretend that it works if we just force it to happen. Then it works. Great. But no. Nah. So socialism, people underestimate, and I hate these people. Most of these people are capitalists, free market people. And they have personality problems with socialism. The first personality problem is that they have became old enough to even recognize ideologies in the first place, and they had to choose how to be conservative in the first place, how to accept reality as it is. But do I have to go in that place? Do I even have to attack free market anymore? I will do that in the future. There's a bigger enemy on the conservative side, which is the authority. It's an even older idea than capitalism. So that you can make order just by making order, just by shape-shifting like a reptilian. There's a reason why we call government reptilians, and it's not because they are, but they like to shapeshift. They're trying to be nice to us, right? They're trying to give an image of what we want to see so they can intimidate us. Authority shape shifts to intimidate. Society mostly, because everyone else sort of realizes what reality looks like, and that shape-shifting can sometimes be a facade, right? That people can lie to you. Yes, shape-shifting is a form of lying. Authority is very good at it, and has taken over. The season of fall is the season of authority. So, one of the weapons that they use is copyright. An ability to be unique is the only ability that you have. You can only be unique, otherwise pay. You have to pay for copying someone else's behavior. Congratulations. Now, it's not as vicious at the moment, but you know, with the Article 13, with the Satan Candy, Article 13. Doesn't it sound like Satan's Candy? I just have to put it out there as such. It's an Article 13. You want some of this? It's new. I mean, we patent this thing. And because copyright is a thing, we sort of monopolize the power on itself. Because you cannot... Government is just too big to fail. Government is too big to fail. And that means that it's too big to play by the rules anymore. If it's too big to fail in a game, why should it play by the rules? Why can it not just start cheating and pretend that it's the ideology that is working right now? Oh, it's the best ideology ever. The authority, the science. It has taken over so deeply into the structure that in order for it to fail, we need to change the rules a little bit. Right? We need to learn a few things of how the game works. We need to play a little bit differently so it actually has a chance to fail. So it's more of an adapting season for us. Right? We need to adapt to the fall of the first fall is the hardest fall to adapt to. We have never survived the season of fall in the history of humanity. And I know I am making a lot of statements, and a lot of them are speculations. But that's the story. Let's stick with the story. Let's let the story fail. While the government doesn't seem to want to fail, I will let the story fail when it does. Yes, the lies don't fail, but this is not trying to be a lie. My story is my story. But as I build it, it has to remain real. Everything that I state has to come up in reality. So if I state there are 4 personalities in a spectrum rotating like seasons, and those seasons rotates the entire history of humanity, it has to be real, right? There has to be a real, predictable outcomes in some of the decisions that people make, in some of the things that happen. If it's not, then my story is failing, and I need to rebuild it quick. Right? I need to restore it. Now I've chosen a number 100 and just automatically restart my story whenever it gets old. Right? I just restart it. I don't care if it fails or not. I just doesn't it sound like real life? You know, you grow old and you now want to restart life itself. Yeah, I've collected a bunch of ideas from the world, gotten a bit too comfortable with the way things work. Now you need to restart. That's what our life is all about, apparently. As long as you believe in reincarnation and soul, if you don't believe in those things, you might actually have a little bit of problem of being indoctrinated by authority. Because authority doesn't want to see those things, obviously. You know, you can sense the contradiction right there. It is just authority doesn't recognize authority. I mean, when authority looks into the mirror, the vampire sees blank. There's no vampire here. That's how the world works. The world is controlled by me, my perception, and I do not exist. Only my perception exists. What the hell? The moment socialism will be invented, it will be the time of winter, or just entering winter. The authority is trying to cool us down, make us cool and unique and specialized, when that's not what we want as a society right now. Because we have never experienced what society even is. We've never came together. Nobody gave me a society that works. I was just dumped into a school, and I was partially in a society, while at the same time the authority was like, you need to learn this, what grades do you have, what the fuck's wrong with you, why are you not learning this, blah blah blah. I am throwing useless information at you, because I'm authority, I can do whatever I want. No, you can't leave school. Even if you can't leave, even if you can leave school, I'll try to intimidate you, because you're not doing good enough. And I left school and I didn't go to college. Congratulations, guys. You have ruined me. School has ruined me. And you know what school is trying to do? School is trying to make you cool. Do you see the pun yet? Authority is freezing the world. Authority is the season of fall. And the funny thing is, authority is using uniformity to do it. What? But, you see, uniformity means you're using our image and paying taxes for it. Now that they indoctrinate you into wearing a uniform, you have to pay taxes because you're copying the government. The copyright is not illegal. Copyright is simply expensive and enforced, where you do anything similar has already been done. Oh shit, people are gonna look at you. Oh, you're making another Minecraft. You gotta pay Minecraft tax. Ha ha ha. Ah, thanks Minecraft Soft. For letting me know. So authorities trying to make a school in uniform, trying to take away our uniqueness, while promoting that only unique ideas can prevail at the same time. There's certainly some kind of a contradiction in here. Ugh. After all, authorities' job is to pretend that they have the unique ideas, and you have to follow those ideas. But that unique ideas are the most valuable thing in the universe at the same time, right? So let's put it down. Authority promotes unique ideas and then sells their unique idea to everyone. Everyone without question is uniformed and dressed up with how authority decided. Everyone is clean and perfect. Nice. Oh my god. Authority has made people nice. That's so beautiful. Just put everything in order. New World Order. Oh, that's a good one. We just put everything in order, everything clean, nice and cool. We just freeze everything over. Like a crystal. Mwah! Beautiful. And then the winter will happen. Because that's the seasons. We can't actually resist all of this. Is the cycle. Hey, don't promote free market when we're not going that direction right now. We can't even steer the wheel. We would have to completely make the vehicle explode for us to go back to free market. Just shut the fuck up. Well, whatever is going on, I'ma break that ice. Cause when the history repeats, the history stacks on itself. As the seasons rotate 4 times, for there are 4 seasons, we get a new season. The clock says chew. And now, as we're having the winter come back once again, the socialism will come back once again. And for I will say it's a modern socialism. A socialism that has been perfected over that period of 4 seasons that we have survived and learned how the world works. The world will not look the same anymore. There will be a very scarce population as everything is freezing. And the water doesn't like to freeze too much. Right? There's gonna be a very little moving water after this is over. The winter is gonna be harsh. What else do I know? I guess the important thing is to reminding people what socialism is about. Hey guys, remember winter? Remember when we had just a few people and God? And then we just made a bunch of societies and started war with each other? Not always. Sometimes we made contracts, sometimes we made conversations. But war as well. Yeah, conflicts. It's all social interactions. No one is actually separated just yet. I guess we forgot that Earth is kind of flat and is run by the sun for some... I don't know how it works, guys. But we need to take that in consideration when talking about ice. Because there's a lot of ice on flat Earth. I haven't found it on the globe yet. There's a lot of ice that actually makes sense, that if you care, the ice melts. If you like to live in this specific universe that God has created, the ice will melt. The more people, maybe the more ice will actually melt because of those people. Who knows how this works? But I would encourage people to double think on this theory. Anyways, because it's part of my story, you know. You gotta remember the story, not reality at the moment. I'm just speculating. Let's go back to what I've already discussed after I tell you what socialism is, of course. So when there's just a handful of people, maybe let's get rid of that. Let's just remind ourselves that we don't want to pay, don't want to uniform ourselves, because that destroys social interactions. If we have to always think about, how much should we pay to this person and that person, we have to make all these decisions, and that's just hard, okay? It makes us more anxious when prostitution is legal and we can just buy it, so we can just generate money. Let's buy that. Let's buy that. Now, prostitution is illegal because that's not cool, guys, because we need to get a little bit frozen in here. A lot of things are not cool anymore. I'm getting offended right now because I am getting offended. And that's just an infinite cycle that will self-destruct eventually. And along with me, of course, because I'm such an anxious person. I just acted as an anxious person, which means a water personality, a true socialist. Mwah. I wish I could just find one, though, and savor the moment. I actually found a few socialists in my lifetime. A few water people. I mean, these are like 1/4 of the population supposed to be. 25%. And I couldn't actually find decent Earth people. It kind of sucks. You know? I kind of want to have relationships here, but authority doesn't like it. Why do I blame authority for ruining little relationships? Why do I blame authority for making dating rigged? You see, I am pretty much rewinding all of my episodes. Authority has banned Alex Jones, recognized that criticism is illegal, and that if people are offended, that's a big deal. Because they are not giving consent. Look, all of my fans not giving consent, but they're your fans' authority? They're just your fans. Hillary Clinton, you have a bunch of fans that hate Donald Trump, doesn't mean that they have to deal with Donald Trump in their lives every single day. Right? Like, what the fuck? They don't have to. They don't associate with Donald Trump, but the authority makes it seem differently. right? Because they engage with Donald Trump and believe, oh, he's a president now. Now I have to slip. Now I have to hurt myself when I walk next to Donald Trump because he's here. I have to associate with him. Oh my God. Help me, people. Help me, my fans. I'm a woman. I have boobs. Haha, help me. Yes. Beautiful. It's a beautiful tactic, but hey, guys. It's authority. It's not your opinion, people. It has... They simply amplify their own voice, their own opinion, and they pretend that they have power because, well, that's what authority does. It's just, oh, let me collect that little bit of power. You know, Super Saiyan mode, where you just create that little ball of power and just throw at people that you don't like. Oh, here's a Freezer. Oh, wait. Freezer? I want to kill Freezer. He's an authority figure. Let's kill him. Fuck that shit. Everyone give me power now. Because that's the only way I can kill it. I don't have actually inner strength. Krillin has to die, so I would turn into a Super Saiyan. Someone has to die. And this is crazy. Goku, please. Get the fuck out of my face right now. Freezers and coolers are taking over the world. We need Super Saiyans now. God damn it. I don't like Dragon Ball Z, so why did I reference it? I suck a lot, okay? So I had to, it's popular. I had to reference it. I watched it. It sucks now that people still like it. I guess certain types of people. Old ones, you know. Old personalities, fire, wind personalities. Let's go back to the rant. So the last thing that I need to talk about is the dating. The dating is rigged. I have proven it. The prostitution has been banned. And you know what? There's more. People has been, felt the cold. Now they're cold on each other. Politically, in terms of feelings, everyone is just cold and separating their ability to interact. They're not bumping into each other anymore. They're just staying in their own little corners of, oh, I have a smartphone. Reality doesn't exist. Real people within my proximity, I don't have to talk to them and interact with them anymore. Congratulations, you have invented the best technology ever, and now I will give you all my privacy and data, because smartphones are the best. They connect me to the internet, and the internet society doesn't even exist. That is the best thing ever. You know, we assume that love is dead, but there's not a deader thing than love anymore in this world. We'll need to reinvent what it is. We can't just say, we need a tradition of having a family. Why, though? But why? Why should I have kids? Why should I worry? There is a reason for it. The biggest reason is social pressure. Social pressure is what makes children in the first place. What that social pressure is, it means that you want to stay in a society because you love this world so much, and you're going to make children in order to, you will burden yourself of injecting your love into a new creature that comes into this life, and you're like, look, the world is so beautiful, I want more people everywhere, surround me with people because life is so great. That's the only reason why you bring more people in. And those new people will take care of you when you're old. But it would be a huge burden for someone who doesn't like life, of how it works, to bring new life. And that's what we have been doing with the baby boomer generation. That's why Lauren Southern doesn't like baby boomers in her book. Don't buy her book, please. Anyways. Yes, the baby boomers have ruined us. And more is to come. For technology will ruin us. And the authority will ruin us again. For a final time. As everything freezes completely. Are you going to survive the zombie apocalypse? We'll see about that.